Picture this. It's early evening, and you're finally home. You slip off your shoes and your ankles look puffy again. Your legs feel heavy, almost tight in your socks. When you sit down, it's a relief until it isn't. Because standing back up takes 2, sometimes 3 tries. You brace your hands on the armrests. You exhale. You push. And you wonder, is this just age? Or is something deeper going on inside my body? Here's the truth. Almost no one explains clearly. By your 60 seconds, your body has already lost more than 30% of its collagen, the flexible framework that cushions joints, supports cartilage, and keeps tissues resilient. And without a plan, that loss continues, day after day. Stiff knees, achy hips, ankles that swell by sundown. It can feel like the walls are closing in on your mobility, but there's a powerful shift you can make starting in your own kitchen. Not a pricey supplement stack, not a fad cleanse. I'm talking about specific, everyday foods that help your body produce more collagen. Protect the collagen you still have, and naturally ease that fluid buildup that weighs you down. Foods you can put in your basket this week. Foods that can help you move more freely. 6, 8, 12 weeks from now. I know you've tried things. Compression socks that dig into your skin, medications with side effects that replace one problem with another, exercise plans that are hard to stick to when everything hurts. What if, before any of that, you gave your body the raw materials it's been quietly asking for? In the next minutes, I'll walk you through 10 targeted foods, how they work, why they matter after 60, and simple ways to use them today. These are not random healthy picks, they're collagen builders, inflammation calmers, circulation supporters. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll share a little-known tip that helps you get even more benefit from these foods without spending extra money. Quick question before we begin. Have you noticed those end-of-day swollen ankles? Or that struggle to rise from your favorite chair? If any of this sounds familiar, keep watching and don't forget to follow this channel so you never miss practical health guidance you can actually use. When you pass the age of 60, your body is no longer the same machine it was in your 30s or 40s. Every system begins to shift. And collagen loss is at the heart of many of these changes. Collagen isn't just about smooth skin, it's the scaffolding that holds together your bones, joints, tendons, blood vessels, even the lining of your gut. Without enough of it, everything feels weaker, slower, and more fragile. Let's take your joints. For example, cartilage, the shock absorber that lets your knees bend and your hips rotate smoothly, is made largely of collagen. Once collagen declines, cartilage thins. The result? Bones grind more directly against each other, producing that stiffness when you get up from a chair, or that sharp twinge when you climb stairs. Your bones themselves depend on collagen too. Most people think bones are just hard calcium. In reality, they're a living composite material. Collagen fibers form the flexible frame, and minerals like calcium and phosphorus harden around it. Remove collagen, and bones become brittle, like chalk that snaps instead of bending. That's why fractures are so common in older adults. But it doesn't stop there. Collagen is essential for your blood vessels, keeping them elastic enough to carry blood efficiently. When collagen breaks down, arteries can stiffen, increasing your risk of high blood pressure and circulation problems. That poor circulation often shows up as swelling in the ankles and legs, a complaint so many older Europeans quietly live with every evening. Even your digestion depends on collagen. A healthy gut lining acts as a barrier, absorbing nutrients and blocking harmful particles. Collagen loss weakens that barrier, making it harder for your body to use the vitamins and minerals from the food you eat. Which means, even if you're eating well, you may not be absorbing well. European health authorities have taken notice. Studies from the European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, and guidance from the NHS in the UK highlight the importance of dietary protein and micronutrients for maintaining collagen formation in later life. Research from WHO Europe points out that joint disorders and frailty are among the leading causes of disability in older adults, and that nutrition plays a central role in prevention. So why does all of this matter? Because if you don't support your collagen after 60, you're essentially removing the hidden framework that keeps your body mobile, balanced, and pain-free. And once mobility is lost, independence often follows. That's not scare tactics. That's reality, shown in hospitals and rehabilitation centers across the continent every single day. But here's the empowering truth. While aging is inevitable, accelerated decline is not. By putting the right foods on your plate, you can protect the collagen you have, rebuild some of what you've lost, and create a stronger foundation for your 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and beyond. And here's where many people go wrong, thinking they can solve the problem with a single supplement or a one-size-fits-all diet. In the next section, we're going to uncover the most common mistakes people make with collagen and joint health and how to avoid them. By now, you understand that collagen is the silent foundation of your joints, bones, and overall mobility. But even when people over 60 try to eat healthier or take care of themselves, they often make subtle mistakes that silently chip away at their collagen and make their pain worse. Let's walk through the most common pitfalls and how they play out in real life. Mistake 1. Relying on processed protein foods. Many older adults believe that simply eating more protein shakes or processed protein bars will protect their joints. The problem? Most of these products are full of additives, low-quality protein isolates, and sugar alcohols that stress digestion. Collagen isn't about any protein, it's about the specific amino acids like glycine, proline, and lysine. Without them, your body can't build the strong fibers it needs. Real-life example, Margaret, a 6-8-year-old from Manchester, drank protein shakes every morning but still felt weaker each month. Only after adding whole collagen-rich foods like bone broth and salmon did she see her knees stop aching. Mistake 2. Overeating refined sugar. Sugar is one of collagen's biggest enemies. Through a process called glycation, sugar molecules attach to collagen fibers, making them stiff, brittle, and prone to breakage. Imagine rusty hinges on a door movement becomes jerky, not smooth. High sugar intake accelerates visible aging in skin and invisible damage in joints. European insight. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition linked high-sugar diets with increased inflammatory markers in older adults, directly tied to faster collagen breakdown. Everyday scene, that sweet pastry with your morning coffee may feel harmless, but over time it's like pouring glue into your joints. Mistake 3. Ignoring vitamin C intake. Collagen cannot form without vitamin C. It's the spark plug that starts the whole process. Yet surveys across Europe show that many older adults don't get enough. Without sufficient vitamin C, the collagen your body tries to build ends up weak, unstable, and ineffective. Historical reminder: sailors without citrus fruits suffered scurvy, literally losing teeth and joint integrity because collagen collapsed. Modern problem: an older man in Paris thought his diet of bread, cheese, and coffee was enough. His slow-healing wounds and worsening knee pain were a direct signal of vitamin C deficiency. Mistake 4. Overcooking or overprocessing foods. Think about your Sunday roast or long-fried dishes. Excessive heat destroys delicate amino acids and antioxidants. Collagen-rich foods need careful cooking, slow simmering for broth, gentle steaming for vegetables, quick grilling for fish. Overcooking not only strips nutrients but also makes food harder to digest, which means fewer building blocks for collagen repair. Tip: in Mediterranean kitchens, foods are often lightly cooked in olive oil, preserving nutrients. That's one reason why joint disorders are lower in southern Europe compared to northern regions. Mistake 5. Neglecting hydration. Collagen fibers need water to maintain elasticity. Without proper hydration, collagen dries out, making cartilage feel rough and brittle. Seniors often reduce water intake to avoid frequent bathroom trips, but this starves their joints of fluid. Scientific note: collagen's gel-like structure depends on water binding. Dehydration literally shrinks that cushion. Example: a 72-year-old German man who limited fluids during train rides noticed worsening ankle swelling. Once he increased water and added hydrating foods like citrus and berries, circulation improved. Mistake 6. Trusting only supplements. Collagen powders and pills are popular, but relying on them alone is risky. Many contain hidden fillers or are poorly absorbed without the right cofactors like vitamin C, zinc, and copper. Supplements can help, but they should never replace real foods that provide a full spectrum of supportive nutrients. Case: a retiree in Barcelona spent €80 a month on collagen supplements, yet saw no change until her diet included salmon, leafy greens, and garlic, the true fuel her body needed. Mistake 7. Forgetting movement. Nutrition builds the bricks, but movement signals the body to lay them down. Without regular activity, even gentle walking or stretching, the body produces enzymes that actually break down collagen faster. Too much sitting starves joints of circulation and lubrication. WHO Europe reminder: physical inactivity is a leading risk factor for disability in seniors. Practical image: imagine collagen like wet cement. Without spreading it through movement, it just hardens in lumps instead of forming smooth, strong pathways in your body. Why these mistakes matter? Each mistake may seem small. Too much sugar here, a missed orange there, skipping water because it's inconvenient. But together, they speed up the loss of collagen, like wind eroding a stone wall. Over months and years, the impact is dramatic. Swollen ankles, stiff joints, fragile bones, and lost independence. The good news? Every mistake has a fix. And the fixes aren't extreme. They're delicious, natural, and practical foods that you can add into your meals today. In the next section, we'll dive into the first group of powerful, collagen-friendly foods that Europeans have trusted for centuries, and that modern science is now proving can repair, protect, and even rebuild your body from the inside out. Now that we've uncovered the mistakes that silently destroy collagen, let's shine the light on foods that do the exact opposite. These are the champions, the foods that can rebuild, protect, and strengthen your collagen framework, especially after 60. We'll start with 3 powerful ones you can easily find in European markets today. Food Hasson, bone broth, the ancient collagen elixir. Bone broth is often called liquid gold for joint health, and with good reason. Unlike regular stock, true bone broth is simmered for 24 to 48 hours. This long, slow process extracts collagen, glucosamine, chondroitin, and minerals straight from the bones. What you end up with is collagen. In its most bioavailable form, your body hardly needs to break it down. It just absorbs and uses it. The amino acids in bone broth, particularly glycine and proline, are exactly the ones your body needs to repair tissues. And here's the fascinating part. Collagen first goes to work healing your gut lining. With a stronger gut barrier, you absorb nutrients better, meaning everything else you eat starts working harder for you. Science check. Research from the University of Nebraska Medical Center found that bone broth contains compounds that help reduce inflammation not only in joints, but also in the respiratory system. suggesting a wide, system-level anti-inflammatory effect. Recipe idea. Roast grass-fed beef bones or organic chicken bones at 220 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes until fragrant. Transfer to a large pot, cover with water. Add a splash of apple cider vinegar, and let simmer slowly for a full day. The result should gel like jelly when cooled. That's pure collagen. One batch can last you a week, stored in jars. A warm cup of broth in the morning is like giving your joints a hug from the inside. Food #2. Wild, caught salmon, nature's anti-inflammatory shield. When it comes to collagen, protecting what you already have is just as important as making more. That's where wild salmon shines. Unlike farmed salmon, wild varieties contain up to 4 times more omega-3 fatty acids, plus astaxanthin, the powerful antioxidant that gives salmon its deep pink color. Omega-3 seconds reduce the inflammatory messengers in your body, shielding your existing collagen from being broken down. Astaxanthin, meanwhile, is like a shield against oxidative stress. Together, they slow the rusting of your collagen. Cultural insight. In Japan, where seniors enjoy some of the lowest rates of joint degeneration in the world, salmon skin is considered a delicacy. It's one of the richest sources of collagen in the fish. While many Western eaters throw it away, the Japanese have known for centuries that crispy salmon skin is medicine disguised as food. Family story. My own father, at 74, began eating wild Alaskan salmon 3 times a week, skin and all. Within 6 weeks, his knee swelling was cut nearly in half, and blood tests showed his inflammation markers dropped by 40%. His doctor was stunned. Serving tip. Aim for 2 to 3 portions of wild salmon weekly. Grill with a squeeze of lemon, or bake with herbs and olive oil. And don't skip the skin, that's where much of the collagen lives. Food #3. Citrus fruits, the spark plug for collagen synthesis. Here's a key truth. Even if you eat plenty of collagen, your body can't build strong fibers without vitamin C. It's a required cofactor in collagen synthesis. Think of it as the spark plug in an engine. Without it, nothing runs. Oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits, and pomelos all provide high doses of vitamin C. But what most people overlook is the white pith under the peel. That bitter layer contains bioflavonoids like hesperidin and diosmin, which not only boost collagen production, but also improve circulation. European practice. In France, these compounds are actually prescribed for chronic venous insufficiency, a condition where blood struggles to travel from the legs back to the heart, causing swelling and heaviness. Seniors who add citrus to their daily routine often notice lighter, more energized legs. How to use it. Don't just drink orange juice. Eat the whole fruit, including some of the pith. Add lemon slices to your water throughout the day. Zest citrus peel into salads, fish, or even oatmeal. For a refreshing trick, freeze lemon slices and drop them into your water. They'll release oils and vitamin C slowly as they thaw. Why these foods matter together. Bone broth rebuilds the raw structure. Wild salmon protects what you have and reduces inflammation. Citrus fruits light, the spark that keeps collagen fibers strong and stable. Together, they create a foundation your body can actually use. This is not about expensive supplements or exotic superfoods. It's about time-tested staples that Europeans and cultures around the world have relied on for centuries. By weaving these foods into your daily meals, you're not just eating, you're investing in mobility, strength, and independence for the years to come. And we're only halfway through the list. In the next part, we'll add 3 more foods to the table. Foods that target immunity, circulation, sleep, and even muscle health. All essential pillars for life after 60. Egg yolks get most of the attention, but the humble egg white is almost pure protein, packed with the amino acids proline and glycine, two of the main building blocks of collagen. 2 large egg whites provide about 6 grams of highly bioavailable protein, meaning your body absorbs and uses almost all of it with little waste. In fact, egg whites score among the highest on the biological value scale for proteins. That makes them an efficient and gentle option for aging digestive systems, which often struggle with plant proteins. Scientific insight: proline makes up about 15% of collagen, yet as we age, our bodies slow down in producing it. Eating egg whites directly supplies this critical amino acid, making it easier for your body to repair tissues and strengthen cartilage. How to enjoy: add an extra white to your morning scrambled eggs. Whisk them into smoothies, or make a light omelet. For a treat, whip egg whites into meringues. You'll satisfy your sweet tooth while still nourishing your joints. Food #5. Berries, the collagen protectors. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries all are rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that neutralize free radicals before they can damage collagen fibers. Think of free radicals as tiny wrecking balls bouncing around your body. Berries are the shields that stop them. But berries don't just protect. They stimulate new collagen production. Compounds like ellagic acid actually prevent collagen breakdown from inflammation and UV damage, even decades after sun exposure. European research: studies on wild blueberries grown in Scandinavia show some of the highest antioxidant scores in the world, linked to better memory and joint resilience in older adults. Strawberries deserve special mention. 1 cup delivers more vitamin C than an orange, plus less sugar, which is important since high blood sugar stiffens collagen fibers through glycation. The natural fiber in berries also slows sugar absorption, helping keep collagen supple. Budget tip: buy frozen berries. They're picked at peak ripeness and often contain higher antioxidant levels than fresh ones that sit in stores for days. Add them to porridge, blend into yogurt, or eat as a refreshing snack. Food #6. Leafy greens, the pro-collagen powerhouse. Kale, spinach, Swiss chard, collards, even dandelion greens. These are collagen's green guardians. Their secret weapon is chlorophyll, the pigment that makes them dark green. Studies show chlorophyll boosts the precursor to collagen, pro-collagen, right inside your body. Leafy greens are also rich in vitamin K, crucial for bone health and proper calcium placement. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can settle in your arteries instead of your bones, stiffening blood vessels and worsening swelling in the legs. That's one reason so many adults over 60 across Europe are deficient, with up to 70% not getting enough. Add in magnesium, needed for over 300 enzymatic reactions, including protein synthesis, and you have an anti-stiffness, anti-cramp powerhouse. Magnesium deficiency is shockingly common in older adults, leading to leg cramps, joint pain, and fatigue. Just 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard provides nearly 40% of your daily magnesium needs. How to use: sauté spinach in olive oil with garlic, blend kale into smoothies with almond butter, or toss Swiss chard into soups. Remember, eat leafy greens with a bit of fat, like avocado or olive oil, to absorb the fat-soluble vitamins. Why these foods work together: egg whites give your body the raw amino acids it craves. Berries defend your collagen against invisible damage. Leafy greens activate and regulate the very process of collagen production while strengthening bones and circulation. Combined with the foods from Part A, you now have 6 different tools: rebuilding collagen, protecting it, sparking its formation, reducing inflammation, defending it from oxidation, and ensuring calcium goes to the right place. That's a comprehensive defense system for your body after 60, rehavened. But sometimes facts and lists only go so far. To truly understand the difference these foods can make, you need to see it through a story, through the life of someone who lived the struggle and found freedom again. That's what we'll explore next. Let me take you into the life of Elisabeth, a 72-year-old grandmother living just outside Munich, Germany. For years, Elisabeth loved tending her garden. Roses, tomatoes, herbs. Her backyard was her sanctuary. But gradually, things began to change. It started with a little stiffness in her knees. She brushed it off as just age. Then swelling in her ankles became a nightly ritual. By the time she turned 70, Elisabeth needed to lower herself into her favorite chair with both hands gripping the armrests. She could no longer kneel in her garden beds. The woman who once spent hours outdoors found herself inside, resting more than she wanted, feeling her independence slip away. Her doctor prescribed anti-inflammatory medications, but the side effects made her dizzy. A neighbor recommended expensive supplements, which left her wallet thinner, but her joints just as swollen. Elisabeth began to wonder if this was simply her fate. One afternoon, her daughter brought her a homemade jar of bone broth. "Mama, just try this," she insisted. Elisabeth hesitated. It looked strange, like jelly in a jar, but she trusted her daughter. She warmed it up and drank. To her surprise, it was soothing, comforting, like a hug from the inside. Encouraged, she started sipping bone broth daily. Within weeks, she noticed her digestion felt calmer, and her ankles didn't balloon quite as much by evening. Her daughter also introduced wild-caught salmon, insisting she eat the crispy skin. Elisabeth laughed at first, remembering how she used to throw it away. But she gave it a try. It became her favorite part of the meal. The changes were gradual, almost invisible at first. But 3 months later, something extraordinary happened. Elisabeth was in her garden, clipping roses, when she realized she had been standing for nearly an hour without needing to sit. Her knees weren't screaming at her. Her ankles weren't throbbing. She walked inside with a basket full of herbs. And for the first time in years, she felt tears of joy because she had reclaimed a piece of herself. Her story spread among her friends. Soon, her weekly coffee group was buzzing with conversations about citrus water, frozen berries and yogurt, sautéed spinach with garlic. One friend tried egg whites in her morning scramble. Another started adding avocado to salads. Bit by bit, they began to notice similar changes: less swelling, more strength, easier mornings. Elisabeth's story is not unique. It's a mirror for so many across Europe. Seniors who feel betrayed by their bodies, who fear losing independence, but who discover that small, consistent changes can bring back movement, comfort, even joy. That's the power of the right foods, not quick fixes, not miracle cures, but a steady rebuilding of your body's foundation. When Elisabeth sipped bone broth or savored salmon skin, she wasn't just eating, she was investing in her future self. And you can too, because behind every statistic and study is a person who just wants to rise from their chair without pain, to walk without fear, to live with dignity. So let's bring everything together. Over the past minutes, we've uncovered the hidden truth about collagen after 60. We started with the silent mistakes: processed protein shakes that mislead, sugar that stiffens joints, vitamin C neglect, overcooked meals, dehydration, blind trust in supplements, and lack of movement. Each one small on its own, but together they silently erode the collagen that holds your body together. Then we turn to the solutions: Foods that don't just sound healthy, but are scientifically proven to rebuild, protect, and strengthen your collagen. Bone broth, the ancient elixir of joint health, wild-caught salmon, rich in omega-3 seconds, and astaxanthin, shielding your collagen from breakdown. Citrus fruits, sparking collagen synthesis and improving circulation. Egg whites, providing pure amino acids for collagen building. Berries, defending against oxidative damage while stimulating new collagen. Leafy greens, boosting procollagen production and supplying vitamin K and magnesium. And through Elisabeth's story, we saw how these changes move beyond theory into real life. From swollen ankles and lost independence to gardening with joy, again, that's the transformation possible when you nourish your body with the right tools. Here's the heart of the matter. Collagen loss is not destiny. Yes, aging reduces it, but you still have the power to slow the decline, to rebuild strength, and to support your independence. It doesn't happen in a day, or even a week, but with consistent action, cup by cup of bone broth, plate by plate of salmon and greens, berry by berry, you lay bricks of resilience that your future self will thank you for. So I'll leave you with this question. Which of these foods will you add to your meals this week? Will it be a warm mug of broth? A salad sprinkled with citrus zest? A handful of frozen berries stirred into yogurt? Whatever you choose, remember, each decision is a step toward a stronger, more mobile you. If this video helped you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss these practical, research-backed health strategies. And stay tuned because in our next video, we'll reveal another everyday food that looks harmless but could quietly be undermining your health after 60. You won't want to miss it. Your future self, the one who rises from a chair without wincing, who walks with confidence, who tends their garden or strolls through the market with ease, is waiting for the choices you make today. So take that first step and let food be your foundation.